Well, hello everybody, it's Tim from Eikon Motorsports, and today's video is going to be a detailed video explaining what our modifications were in this recent update to our V1 Series kit, addressing pretty significant, I wouldn't say problems or overall problems. I will say that there's been a few cars or a few kits out of all the installs that we've done so far that have had and suffered an issue, and we've found the problem and we've fixed the problem. And that's really the unique thing and the fun thing about now controlling manufacturing and installation, because now it's our kit, so we can make modifications as we see fit, and also taking our customers' considerations into mind and implementing those suggestions and those changes that you, the consumer who's buying this, would like to see in your car. So the main bearing, what is the main bearing? We've referred to that in a couple different videos before, you may have seen or heard. The main bearing is this piece right here. So this is our main bearing housing. These are machined billet T66061. This is the previous design of the main bearing housing itself. You'll notice a significant difference between the upgraded one. Here is, everything's the same size, but you notice there's a hole right there and there's not right here. So what that is, come to us like this, you can see there's no threads in there, so once we get them, have them done for us, we get them like this, we take them to the tapping machine, we tap the threads in there, and then we are able to put them together and assemble them on the main bearing bracket, which this is the main bearing bracket. So when I designed this kit, I designed it to not require a jig type setup where you put everything together on like a frame thing and it holds it in place and you weld it together. There's inconsistencies that can happen more so than not on the jig system type welding platform, or it's less likely, I guess is the better way to say that, that doing it our way on a puzzle type plug and play design, less room for error and tolerance differences between each left, right, or this kit or that kit. So less room for error and problems is why I designed this way. So basically, get the main bearings, tap the hole, and what this hole is for is the adjustment, the vertical adjustment of the door. And paint them, we etch them with our logo. After we paint them, there's a washer. We make our own washers in-house. It's like a Garolite material, fireproof, so on and so forth. We put the rod in there, which we've posted a video on the how-to series that shows you that. We press the bearings in these tabs that we also make, and we pop them nut like so. And you'll notice that each side has, this is a bigger tab, this is a smaller tab on this side. And then they go into their corresponding home locations like such. They go, we clamp them down like this, and then we weld here, 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 backside here, here, and here. And the finished product, once everything's said and done, you get this. This is a welded, painted part, ready to be bolted on the car itself. So that's how the door opens outwards, and then obviously the bearing is what allows the arm to go up. Now, this itself was not the oversight or the design flaw based on the tolerances, and I'm going to show you that and explain to you what that was and what that is. Oh, before I forget, I'll show you the, so now the adjustment bolt is a lot bigger than what it used to, and they're screwed into this section right here. We screw them all the way down, and then there's your flat surface on flat surface for when the door comes out and it sets against this. So much more evenly dispersed pressure and force using a bolt such as this flat on flat versus the head of a bolt into a steel plate. It's kind of what the other companies that are making kits do. We want a little bit more surface area for a better feel, or for, you don't have to make adjustments with our kit after the shock breaks in, because there's nothing hammering or mushrooming after the fact. And that's what you get with, again, I'm not going to name names, but the other companies that make a C8 vertical door kit that's exclusive for the C8, that's bolt on for the C8, they have a bolt that's about half the diameter of this bolt, and it's literally this head facing up against a flat surface that's steel like this. In a sense, it's not obviously designed like this, but over time, as the door comes down, hitting that same location over and over again, the bolt that they use will eventually start to slightly mushroom. Therefore, that's the reason that you have to make constant adjustments to the other kits that are out there especially when you slam them down or they fall down too hard, and so on and so forth. So we eliminated that in our design as well, which the previous version did the same thing. It's just we've increased the size of this bolt dramatically. But let's get to the main part. So this is a door arm. This bolts onto the car, and this is what goes up and down, articulates that way, and opens up and goes up. So you'll notice here a hole at the top of this. Now this main bearing rod is what we call them, goes in like so and sits in there like this, and that's what this part would grab in a sense, and it's pressed onto here like this. Now you see how that literally slides in, right? No press needed, no nothing. This has never been on here before, so it's not like it's forced, but that's how easily that slides on there. It was designed this way originally to allow for some give and some tolerances, but the problem that we found on a few of the kits is that if you look here, you'll notice the sliding is not the issue. It's the up and down movement, the little rattling. So the hole is a little bit oversized for what this should be. We wanted this to be more rigid, but also still allow for play when how they used to be assembled, bolt and sandwich together and torque down like 190 something PSI on the torque wrench and sandwich it together with the main bearing, and then it was done. There wasn't really any movements after the fact. They experienced some door movement laterally, and obviously we don't want that. But this was the culprit. We took them apart, we looked into it, and discovered that this was the actual cause of the movement and the shifting of those doors. So apologize for that. We've already replaced those vehicles. We've already replaced those kits on those vehicles with the new and obviously the new and improved kit. And let's go ahead and show you how we solved this part for the main bearing and the issues. So this is that arm, obviously part of the arm right here. Now you'll notice a massive difference here between this main bearing rod. So this is what we used to have on all of the kits, not polished, kind of open, not threaded, nothing. This is the new one. As you see, this is polished, threads here, and also threads on the inside. Now the reason for that is now when we assemble this piece, we literally just screw this all the way on, tighten that down. It's pretty flush already with the back side. Obviously we designed it that way, but we go above and beyond that, and this is a finished one, and you'll look and you'll notice there's welds around that part right here. So we also add welding to the back side of this just for added security, I guess you could say. Not that it's necessarily needed, but that's what we do. And then our main bolt has been massively increased from the previous version, which I'll show you on one of these kits here in a second. But this is the main bolt, and then when that main bearing's on there, we are able to bolt this down, torque this down to a lot higher torque specs as well, because it's a much larger bolt, and the thread pattern on it is much more forgiving for higher torques. Here is, just for comparison, this is the kit that I took off our shop C8 here. So there's the head of that bolt, and you can see the massive difference between this and that. It's basically night and day. This, I think, is almost exactly twice the size of this bolt itself. And also the back, you see the bolt sticking out back here. It's not, you never see it when it's on the car, but at the end of the day, it still was an appearance thing for me that I'm glad that we went this way, because this bolt, as you can see, does not have the ability to go all the way through and stick out the back. It stays in that main bearing rod. So just much better appearance when it's all said and done. The other thing that you'll notice too is, like I said, this is precisely machined it down to where we need it for the press, because now this won't slide on here anymore. So we have to take this in a press, and we have a video of that, I believe, too. Put it in our press, which is right there, and we put the adapter on the top, and then we sandwich that down. It literally takes, I think, like almost 3 tons of force to get that all the way secured in there. We're not gouging away anything. It's also not designed to be like a permanent sitting or permanent, what's the word I'm looking for? Permanent seating of a bearing. It's not designed that way. It's just designed to be literally zero tolerance of moving, wiggling, shifting, and like that. So you press that down, and then that gets you a complete assembled main bearing and door section of the kit. So basically everything that's the door side where we marry the kit, this right here, everything's just complete when the main bearing goes on. And then we bolt everything on to the frame, the main frame of the kit itself. So that's basically the update and the modifications that we've done and the improvements that we've made to the main bearing, and the main bearing housing itself is that, and also the main bearing rod. So no more shifting and moving once this is installed on your vehicle anymore, which obviously is imperative. Like I said, we apologize for those 3 or 4 people that suffered from that issue. Glad we got it rectified and fixed for you. If you have a previous version of the V1 on there, and if it hasn't had these issues yet, you're not going to have them. It wasn't every single kit that was affected. It was a very, very small percentage for how many that were out there and installed cars already. So you don't need to worry about that or concern yourself with that. But I do want to also kind of add into this same video here something that I want to kind of address. And I generally don't throw people under the bus or participate in rumor mill or drama or he said, she said. I typically stay away from that. I'm not a drama fan. I just don't like it. However, I'm also not going to name the other company that's involved in this tactic that they're attacking us with. I think you guys can figure that out without me having to mention their name. I will mention one name, and the only reason I'm mentioning the name period is because he used to be an employee here. His name is Jaeden. So I know that you guys have recently probably seen some content that he made as he quit, I guess you could say, in, might I add, epic fashion. Comes in here, begs to get on planes to go do installs, and then within 6 hours doesn't show up for the flights, costs this company a tremendous amount of money, also steals our tools, not much unlike Brandon at Motorsports when he exited this company as well. He took a bunch of tools, he stole my rental car, drove it all the way home, costing me thousands of dollars because it was a franchise-owned location. It wasn't a corporate location where you can just drop it off at a different place. So they had to send someone to go pick up the vehicle from where he drove it back home in Indiana, and it was just a nightmare. Just shady, and immature people, I guess, and ignorant people, and it's sad. I feel bad for them in a sense, but anyways, that is what it is. However, he did bring up a valid point. So I want to point out, so this is a new kit with all the new modifications that were done to the main bearing housings already. However, this has already been changed again, and I'm going to address that now in this video as well instead of making a secondary video. Is you'll notice here, and in the video, I guess let me put context. So in the video that he posted on some Facebook groups, talks about how our shock adapter, which is right there on the top of this shock, causes problems and failed or broke something, or I didn't watch the video. I was just told by other people that have seen the video that he was talking shit, I guess, which again, it is what it is. But I agree that this area, as this moves, when this goes up and down, this shock adapter is supposed to allow the movement for the shock to adjust to the new position for the arm as it goes up and down. Yes, it's not perfect, but if we waited to perfect everything from day one, we probably would have never released a kit to find the weaknesses of it and to discover where we need to kind of go back and truly spend the time to re-engineer and redesign that new component or that new part to solve whatever potential issue may have came up. And that's basically what we've done from the whole time. If you notice here, actually on these main bearings, you'll see, hold this up, you'll see down there on that corner on the bottom here, this, it says the V1, but then .01 or 09, I believe. Yeah, so it's the V1.09. Obviously we don't call it the V109, but these are significant design changes, and that's our moniker that we use in our CAD software when we redesign things. Is if it's a significant thing, we'll change it and we'll add numbers to just milestone it, I guess you can call it. So he posted this video, customer sent it to me, talked to me about it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was irritated because what I don't understand and what I have a hard time kind of grasping is that all in all, like, I was really good to Jaeden, especially Jaeden. I was really good to Brandon too, but for some reason they both suffered from the same thing, as They learned a skill, they learned a very niche skill, they get a big head, they think they can do it themselves and they can make money and make more money, but that's it. They don't think about all the added costs and all the added things that they don't have to experience or they don't have to deal with. So we've actually gotten quite a few calls already from customers who Jaden's gone out and done installs on. He's mentioned to them that he used to work for Eikon Motorsports, he was with Eikon Motorsports at one point in time, and the customers experienced a problem. He's installing vertical door kits right now, but he's making mistakes and causing issues. We're getting calls to go and fix, but we won't touch those branded kits anymore. So I don't know, it is what it is. I wish both Brandon and Jaeden the best of luck in their endeavors of what they want to do. I truly do. I just wish that they would both, if Brandon's doing it, which I can't confirm that he is. I know that he was at one point in time, but it's been a long time. But Jaeden, I'm going to show you something real quick, and this goes for Jaeden specifically, or anyone in general, but also more exclusively Jaeden and the representatives from the other manufacturer of these kits for the C8. I'm going to give you an example of how easy this is. So what that was me staying silent and keeping my mouth shut, not talking shit, I guess you could say, or spreading rumors or lies, or just provoking problems. I don't get it. I really don't understand the hostility. Like I said, I was really good to Jaeden. I gave him money beyond his paycheck, beyond what he earned, to sustain him when he wanted to do things this way. Same with a couple other employees. Like, your management of your money, that's your responsibility, and if you just blow it or spend it on whatever. But I always, when they came to me, I always helped them with what they wanted to do, and it's just really sad that Jaeden would do that, and it's really sad that certain key employees over at the competition, I guess you could say now, also can't learn to keep their mouth shut. Just talking about things they don't understand or don't know. Like, we've been a manufacturer for a whole total of, like, what, a year and a half, 2 years. We designed this kit a year and a half before that. Like, we're learning and we're making adjustments literally as they come up and as we discover them. What has anyone else innovated over the past 20 some odd years? Has anything been changed on any of the other products that are out there based on what consumers would like to have done or like to see? Like, has there been anything? The answer to that question is no, and I know that because I installed them for so many years. So, you know, and you can't sit here and say there's not complaints. Specifically, one complaint being how heavy that door is to lift and how hard it is to pull down, especially for people's wives and women. This is why, as you see here, this is a 95-pound girl, literally opening, lifting our door, pulling the door down, and closing the door with our kit on this car. 95 pounds. No problems whatsoever. So it's not like it's not possible, because we did it. And so I just don't understand. I just don't get it. We're perfecting our design every day. That's what we're literally doing, and that's to the customers who are waiting. And I do apologize. Delays and you not receiving your kit, that's the last thing I want. Trust me, that's the last thing I want. You will get your kit. I don't know why those rumors, and I know a lot of those rumors are faked. They're not true. They were part of an attack that certain followers of other companies decided to just start doing because they asked them. We have emails, we have recorded phone calls from, again, specific employees over at the other company of asking people to, whether it was true or not, say this, do this, leave this review, do this, do that. Again, why? I just don't understand. You're upset, you're pissed off. Well, you know, let me also say this. I never wanted to do this, okay? I never ever wanted to start manufacturing kits. That's the honest truth. I never wanted to. And we did it for a reason, because we were so tired of getting dicked around by the other vendor or the other manufacturer of this kit and the other kits that we were selling and installing. Is what else we were supposed to do with 16, 18 weeks plus delays, and then the rumors that were coming from that company saying that, oh, we're just not paying our bill. When have we ever gotten a kit shipped at all that we never paid for it front first. Like that, just never, we never had terms with them. So like those rumors, those accusations just are hurtful and spiteful and just downright bullshit, and for no reason whatsoever. I think the reality is that for the longest time there was one player in this game. There isn't anymore. Accept it, deal with it. There's enough room for both of us. There truly is. Okay, there really is. So like I said, I'm gonna do it again. That's really easy. Hey, what's Eikon doing? I don't know. That's it. That's easy. That's easy to do that. We get asked that quite a bit. I get asked all the time, like, what happened to the relationship between you and the so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work out. That's it. Nothing negative. We don't talk shit, talk crap. Like, that's just childish. It's stupid. We're not in high school. We're like grown adults manufacturing a product and selling that product. So let's be responsible adults and just keep our mouth shut if we have nothing nice to say or nothing positive to say. Anyways, I digress. I just want to finish this part of this with explaining and showing that if this was a problem that was pointed out by not only Jaeden, but also a representative from the other manufacturer, well, guess what? So when that customer that called me to tell me that that video existed and Jaeden posted this and Jaeden said this, is I was pissed off, I was frustrated. There's no denying that. Took the C8 in, tore it all apart, and I said, you know what? Nothing is gonna get done for me. I've got to do it myself, which obviously I'm already aware of that. So I took it all apart and I went back to the drawing board. So congratulations and thank you. I mean, I can't thank that company and Jaeden and anyone else that wants to run their mouth about in a negative way. I can't thank you enough for doing it in the way that you're doing it, because you're pissing me off to the point where I'm immediately responding with not necessarily videos or clapbacks of like talking crap. It's not about that. It's about solving the thing that you're talking about or fixing the problem. You and your method of trying to be whatever is only motivating me and fueling me to want to strive and work harder and harder and harder to make this better than what else is out there. So thank you, I do appreciate that. So anyways, so as you see now here is that we no longer use this adapter whatsoever. It's all trash. It's all trash. Throw them all away, because now we have this right here, this ball joint that was on the bottom shock mount. We now have this on the bottom and the top of the shock now. So we also relocated the top bolt point or the top ball joint to bring this whole thing out in front of the fender now. So it doesn't come in contact, it comes nowhere near contact with the fender or the frame of the vehicle. Nothing, there's no contact points anymore with this. So I do thank you. So yes, the redesign, which was a major redesign, was out of frustration and anger for just that video itself and how they came about describing it and explaining it. So I thank you. Again, so I thank you for that. But what was not really anticipated, right? It wasn't planned, it wasn't anticipated, is there's a video that I'll put in the description that was when we first released the first 10 of our kits in Florida. We put them on 10 cars. One of them that wanted our V1 just so happened to have another brand kit on there. So we made a video, we released a video of ours versus theirs, one side of the car. And you can see a massive difference between how high the doors went up, as well as the angle in which one door went out versus ours. It was more parallel with the car, more straight up and down. And what was not anticipated in this whole shock situation, adapter situation, and kind of drawing board situation was we did to ourselves what we did to them a few years ago, which was not anticipated. So you can go out, if you have a competitor's product on your car right now, go out and measure it and see what those numbers are for you. And you'll see and you'll find out that our doors are now almost 1.5 feet higher than what the other competitor's product on the market is right now. So not only does it go 1.5 feet higher, it stays more straight up and down because their kit kind of goes out to the side and slants a bit. Ours is more straight up and down. So not only does it do that, but ours is also almost a little more than twice as easy to lift up and about twice or twice and a half as easy to pull down and close. As you saw, a 95-pound girl did this with ease. So we've came through a lot of adversity and a lot of rumors and a lot of negativity, It just motivates me. That's all it does. You're just fueling the fire. I think that we could all get along, but it seems like you guys don't want to, and you don't have to, but just, I guess, keep that encouragement coming my way, because I really do appreciate it, and it looks like, it's my opinion, right, that the more irritated I get with what comes out of your guys' mouths only makes your product look worse and is getting less and less relevant when it comes to the C8. Yes, we only make a kit for the C8 for now, but we have a Camaro kit coming soon, we have a C7 kit that's coming soon, and a couple other ones, one specifically that I can't wait for. It's gonna be amazing. But we're working on all this stuff, but we can't move forward with the Camaro or any other vehicle model until we, again, get this C8 kit, which we have now, a week and a half ago as of today, have finally done. And this kit is at that place now where we're 100% confident, where there's no issues, no hiccups, no this or that. The other complaint, real quick too, that came out of specifically Jaeden, but this was a problem, and this was where the company that we had machined and manufactured and cut out our parts for us, they kind of messed this up and we didn't catch this. So there's tolerance differences between left and right side of the car, and then there's tolerance differences between the left and right of the car on the assembly line, here, here, and here, and here. So they're not all the same. So that's why, as you see there on the back side of this, so this is a first generation frame piece for our kit, the V1 series. But the main thing that I'm talking about is this right here. So this, the distance here allows this kit to move back and forward to get that perfect alignment when you install this kit on your car. Now if you pay attention here, this is a top mount, just like this piece right here is this. And I want you to look at this, and what do you see? You probably will see some of the other painted black one through that opening there. And that was a big problem it was so rare too, like maybe 1 out of every 25, maybe 35 cars were affected by this, to where we had to manually go into this piece and kind of grind it down to allow the kit to fit on there to where it needs to be for proper alignment. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It sucked to do that, but there wasn't much we could really do about it like overnight, except this. We had these redone, and we made sure this time that we actually increased this now, so you have much more lateral play when installing this kit. And I say that specifically because that's the next newest announcement. There will be a complete video made for this, is that we are now removing the exclusivity of kits versus installs. So you can now buy a V1 series kit and you can install it yourself if you want to. We're going to be doing it in a way where I've been wanting to do this for years, is film, and mainly for like staff purposes, like our installers purposes, is I made a complete detailed video of how to from start to finish. Every modification, every adjustment, every tweak, basically my brain on video when it comes to installing this kit. We now are going to be releasing that and shipping that with every order that goes out to anyone that buys this kit, without also an installation with us. I still don't recommend you do the installing yourself, but we're no longer restricting that and making that not an option for you if you want to, or have it done someplace. Like, you can do that now. So that's brand new. We just came to that decision a few days ago or something like that. So, but we'll have another video that focuses just on like that installation, that the new kind of, you can buy the kits by themselves now. You don't have to have an installation anymore. I'm really excited about that. We've got quite a few different retailer vendors coming up too. We just finished a lot of the contracts that were signed with some major large ones. They'll be listing the products on their websites coming up soon as well, especially now with this redesign. And that was kind of the holdup, and that's why your guys, the customers have been waiting for a kit. You haven't gotten them yet because there has been some issues that we're working out the bugs in this product and this design. It is now finished on the C8, so I can undoubtedly say I can't be more happy with the way that this kit operates, moves up and down, feels to your touch. Like, everything is so nice now, and that's the only reason why we're able and comfortable with allowing this kit to be sold by itself, and allowing anyone that wants to attempt to do an install, go ahead and you can, and you'll have a literal how-to step-by-step video of me actually doing this install. Like, I've done these installs for 20 some odd years. So that in of itself was a pretty big deal to do, because we were for so long an installation company. I think that's really one of the biggest problems mentally for me, is that for so long, for a couple of decades, all we were was an installer. That's all we were, an installation company. Traveled the world doing these installs. And then 3 years ago, we decided to start manufacturing our own kits. But my brain's still operating like we're just an installation company, but we're not. We're so much more than that now. So it's time for me to get out of my not necessarily selfish ways, and not necessarily per se stubborn ways, but it's time for me to open my brain and my eyes to the fact that we're not the same company we were 3 years ago plus. We're a manufacturer now. So we gotta start doing things that other manufacturers do, which is allow people to install this kit themselves, because at the end of the day, if you want to install it, go ahead. And if Bill's Performance wants to sell and carry this product, go ahead. Before, it was difficult because how do you sell a product that comes with a service? Like, you can sell this kit, but you also have to sell our installation with it. So the minimum price of this is, all X amount of dollars. It was kind of a dumb move on my part, and I'll admit that it really was. So we've rectified that too. And that's exciting. So I'm excited about that. So we have made significant changes from literally day one, from the product release to where we are now. As you see in the previous versions, previous iterations on our wall of history. So we've made some pretty significant changes, as you can see by the history wall. The bottom shock adapter used to be round like a cylinder. It had complications of how do we attach this, how do we torque this down properly, so we switched that to a bigger, bulkier hex. We also had issues that you can see on this one as well, where the new bottom, where the new shock adapter kind of overhangs, so it has to be specifically put on there a way to where that doesn't degrade from the force that's going to be applied to this. So as you see here on the new one, that area has also been addressed and changed as well. So I mean, there have been significant changes that we've made, and yes, we haven't necessarily publicly said anything about it, or we may have not reached out to every individual customer that's waiting, and I do apologize for that. With everything that's been going on in my personal life and with this business, we're down to basically no employees anymore. It's just me trying to fix what was caused by me stepping away to focus on the design of this and trusting this company to others to make sure that we go in a direction that we need to go into, and it just caused problems. Things were going unanswered, people were missing orders. It was a nightmare, and I'm just trying to fix everything and also simultaneously also perfect this design of this kit. And finally, we've been there and we've done that. So I couldn't be more proud of where we are today. And for those of you that have still been waiting for quite a while, the kit will be coming very soon. As of right now, and today is the 2nd of Tuesday. No, today's Tuesday, the 10th of September. I can tell you right now, kits will start shipping out probably in, I'd say a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks max. And the main reason is because of this new redesign with the shock, is our shock pressure has dramatically went down. So we had to send all of our shocks back, obviously minus this one. This is one that I kind of blew this one up, messing with everything. We had to send all of our shocks back to get repressurized to the specific pressure that we discovered that we needed for the new redesign and new placement of the shock. So bear with us, we're almost done, and everything was finally going to be shipped out. We're finally going to get to those installs, and I literally can't wait for that massive weight to finally be lifted off my shoulders, and for this company to go back to where we were 4.5 years ago, or 4 years ago, with nothing but positivity and nothing but greatness. I just can't wait for that. So it's coming very, very fast, and my OCD is the problem for the delays, my inability to accept less than perfect. Just wanting things better. I want to do things differently than what else is out there on the market, and give you something that truly is unique and deserving of a beautiful car like the C8. You know, hiding the hardware and hiding the wires and just making it look like it belongs, giving it accent colors. I mean, things like that. Innovation comes in different ways, shapes, and forms, and being able to do something like that to give something that just adds a little bit more pizzazz, you know, that's something was important to me. Also, that's coming soon, around that time when these kits start shipping out, is we're going to allow more customized cap covers. So we're going to be starting we're working with a company overseas that is designing some software that pulls our cap into like a digital space and allows you to upload different things and kind of place it on these caps. And so kind of like if you've ever been to like a t-shirt design or a t-shirt design website where you can upload your whatever you want printed and you can load it to the t-shirt, and it kind of generates and gives you a preview of that. We're having our own kind of software built for our kit, so you're able to do the same thing with our kit. We're really excited for that. It's just we couldn't manage that right now. It's just unsustainable now because it just takes so much more time to do that. But oh, the other thing too is if you look here on the old kit, you'll see 2 bolts on the main bearing. Obviously, you notice that no longer exists on the new main bearing housings. That's because this rod goes all the way through, and we're able to, like I said, like I showed you before, we're able to now assemble this the way that I originally designed this, to where these pieces come off. We can shove this rod down, press that rod down in there, and then pop these guys on here. These are finger tight. There's no tolerance. These won't wiggle. These don't move at all. But now we can do that and then put it in the way, like I said, it was intended and designed in the first place. We clamp that down, weld it, and then you get that finished piece that is ready to be bolted on, like such, just like this one. Like this is an old one. So the older ones, these are already pre-welded on there. So we had to go in there. Well, how do we keep that rod from falling out the bottom or the top? We had to put those bolts in there to secure that rod on the inside of the main bearing. So that's no longer there. We don't have to do that anymore. Kits look even better now because they don't have that. And not that you could really see that area anyways when it was installed in the car, but I knew it was there, and that was enough for me to not really like it. but yeah, so I hope I was able to address a lot of these concerns and these issues. I hope I was able to add a little bit of clarity. I hope that you also kind of have a better understanding of how dedicated I am to you, the consumer, as well as to this industry and this market and this product. I'm truly trying to give everyone something that they deserve. This is a beautiful car. Every car is beautiful. Every car is someone's baby, and you deserve the best, and I'm just trying to give you the best, and that takes time, and I do apologize for that. And I'm not the best communicator of that, so I also apologize for that too. I do a lot of apologizing, and I am sorry for that. There's another one. So anyways, please if you have any questions or concerns, please put in the comments. I'm pretty quick with responding, especially to our YouTube channel. We're going to be adding some more sections on our website to like more updating abilities, like to give a platform for us to, other than just YouTube, Instagram, all the social media stuff that we do. That's more officially from our company, that's product releases. We're also going to probably bring back what we did before and people loved, is the live stream of the cam on the inside of the shop. So 24/7, you're able to log on and see the cameras inside the shop, see what we're working on, see what's going on, see the progress. We'll implement back the production schedule on the digital side, so you'll know exactly when we're working on your kit specifically from every step and stage of everything. So until next time, have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is that you're watching this. We'll see you on the next video.